Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is محمد Najim and today I am going to explain the three types of dialects according to linguistics book by Yasmin Hakmet. First of all, I would like to define the term dialect, and we have to know what's dialect. Okay, so dialect refers to variety of language, refers to the variety of a language, differing in a pronunciation, so that there are difference in the pronunciation. They said water, and on the other hand they said woa, and like that. So there are some difference in pronunciation, and also in a grammar. So there are difference also in a grammar, not only in the pronunciation, and vocabulary, and also vocabulary. So the use of vocabulary here is important. So maybe in some dialect there are some use of a certain vocabulary, but in the other, or in another dialect, of course there is difference. So this is what we mean by using our vocabulary from the standard language. So there is a main language, and this language is the main, and also there are some dialect. So the main is a consonant, is only the one which all people all over the world are depend on this language. But there are also dialect. So let's talk about the first one. So we have a regional dialects. Regional dialects, or sometimes we can call it local or geographical dialect, which means that they are spoken by the people of a particular geographical area within a speech community. So this dialect talk about the regional the regional, or let's say that some geographical area, and it relate to the something that the place or area, or sometimes we can call it maybe a city or something like that. For example, we have Cockney in London. So by the way, Cockney in London, it's a dialect. It's a dialect that there's some difference. For example, they say, and I mean in dialect, in Cockney dialect, they said, for example, I remember one thing, that they say woa means water. Woa means water. That's in Cockney in Cockney dialect. And also they have another one. For example, they don't, or they mispronounce, or sometimes they it means that they don't pronounce the sound he. For example, they say, can you, when you say can you help me, they say can you help me. They don't pronounce the sound he. I think it is difficult for them, or something like that. And I can give you an example for that. In Iraq, we have the Maslawi dialect, and we have Tikriti and Samarlai, and something like that. It relates to some area that some people talk in, that some people are talking in this only dialect. There are some difference, and all these dialects are related to the main language, which is the Arabic, for example. And also have a social dialect, are spoken by the members of particular group of stratum. It means, by the way, stratum mean that some class or something like that, of a speech community. A dialect of a nobles, of an old English, or a dialect of a social class the working class. Okay, it means to relate to the social classes and something like that. Nobles, it means, you know, sometimes the environment that you are living in, it can affect. So maybe your dialect will change by the environment. Okay, so this is what we mean by social dialects. And we have a temporal dialects, which a historical dialects states of language represents a variety of language used in a particular stage in its historical development. It means that this dialects relate to the history of a language. Means that in some period of time there's a dialect that the people on that time they are speaking in such a way that's different from the main language or the origin language. So it relates to the history of language. It relates to the historical say language language that's in a period of time. Okay, for example, the language that's used in 19th century, it's a British language. So this is what we mean by this is what's meant by temporal dialect. And as we said, that there are 3 types of the dialects, and we define also dialect. I hope that I can give you something that's good or that's benefit for you. Sorry for some mistakes if I made, and I'm happy to hear from you any thing, because I would like to discuss with you and to share with you some information. Thank you for watching, and goodbye, and see you in another video, and see you. Salam.